Yeah, I want to say all praises and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to all our brothers out there pushing through. You know, sincerity and in all honesty. You know, this is a brother from James, Jamaica camp. Yashamai.
Ashar. Chapal.
I want to have a listen, you know, and Eve and the serpent again, you know, because serpent I use Eve again, right? Basically get, our people, on board with this whole Maxine thing. I've been using Eve over the years, throughout history. Starting from the Genesis, serpent, deceive Eve as scripture says. And now which end of basically what? Esau, Edom, kingdom here. Right? And now Esau, I use Eve again now to get people on board with this whole thing here. Right?
This is 2 Corinthians 11 and verse 3.
What?
But I fear, least by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve.
As a serpent, and going back to Genesis, as a serpent beguiled Eve. I mean, deceive Eve. Saying deceive Eve, going back to Genesis. I know when I time now, when I deceive our people through Eve, a so-called black woman. Right? That's what them basically them thing, yo. People say not new one of the sun. What?
Right. So I said, but I fear, least by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve, through his subtlety.
Through his subtlety, in cunningness, in shrewd. Esau, people say what? The serpent most basically more subtle than any beast of the field. So using subtlety. What?
So, through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted, right, from the simplicity that is in Yahushua Mashiach.
Right, you can get the article, my brother.
The article from the Loop News, Jamaica. It says Jamaican-born nurse first to receive COVID-19 vaccine in New York.
First so-called black woman to receive, the C-19 vaccine. C-19 vaccine, basically. And GX State already, them like the whole, spotlight and the fame too. We come with it,
All those cameras flashing.
Because all over the world now, people knowing this nurse. She should become popular now because she's the first so-called black woman basically receive the vaccine. What, brother?
It's Shelly and Fraser of Maxine. Spotlight, man. It says a 52-year-old Jamaican-born nurse was the first person to get the C-19 vaccine in New York as the biggest vaccination campaign in U.S. history kick off on Monday.
The biggest campaign in U.S. history. Because this time around, it will be greater than all the time before. Right? Because Esau, Edom is on a mission. Right? And what is that mission? Scripture tell you. Can you bring it up, brother? Psalms 83 and verse 1. Anyone of it?
This is Psalms 83 verse 1. Keep not thou silent, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
And so our enemies make a tumult. One.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Lifted up the head. One.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
And it's a crafty counsel. These banking elites, these wicked rulers are taking against our people right now. Because according to them, we first have to get it, Right? Because, they say we have enough cases of this whole, C-19 thing, Right? So we first have to get it. Oh, the so-called niggers, you know, Latinos and Native American Indian, we first have to get it to. Because they have an agenda. Come brother?
They have taken crafted counsel against thy people and consulted against thy either ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
So this is what they want to do right now. They want to cut us off from being a nation, get rid of it altogether.
That the name of Israel,
yeah,
that the name
of Israel may be
that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
So that's what they want to do. They want to get rid of us altogether. So they're using Eve, you know, for basically get our people, you know, for basically receive this whole vaccine. Right. You know, because that's what we basically been doing over the years. You know, going back to during the time of the Tuskegee experiment, who them use? Let's take Esau chapter card from Genesis coming up. You know, during the time of slavery. You know, it's called Willie Lynch method. You know, supposed to basically what? Teach the female slave to teach her offspring, you know, for basically obey a master. Right? So they've been using Eve, you know, straight through history. Brother, can I bring out some Tuskegee experiment? Yeah.
So this is a little backstory on Ernest Rivers. From Wikipedia. It says Ernest Rivers, Eunice, Ernest, like here, Verdell, Rivers, Lorraine, from 1899 to 1986. I said was an African American nurse who worked in the state of Alabama. She is best known for her work in the coordinator of the Tuskegee syphilis experiment.
So, a so-called black woman, as them call her, African American. Which we know African American. You know, we are Israelite. We're from the various tribes. Right?
It's from 1932 to 1972. The Tuskegee experiment was an inhumane study, right, that deliberately allowed black men to develop syphilis when there was treatment for the disease.
So this is how Esau basically do. You know, through history. Been using the woman basically get Jacob, the men them to basically follow them hard or give in to what they want them to do. Yeah? They use a so-called black woman. They push this whole feminist. You know, you have what woman name again? Gloria Stein. You know, with that so-called black woman. So they've been using Eve against us. You know, throughout history.
Yeah, go back to the first scripture I bring up because the mind easily manipulated.
God.
You know.
Because them lack that wisdom.
God.
Because the Lord impute wisdom unto the woman. As I'm not giving man, that's bring up a quick
saying a joke.
It says Ecclesiastes 1:9, it says, the thing that art been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun.
God, there is no new thing under the sun. Same thing all over again. Serpent and Eve, you know, all over again. Right?
Job 39 verse 17.
One.
Because Yahweh had deprived her of wisdom, neither had he imparted to her understanding.
So Heavenly Father deprived, you know, the woman of our nation of wisdom. You know. So Esau and the serpent, Esau and Eve now, you know, at it again. Because Esau know that Eve is weaker. It's a weaker sex. Right? And if he can't get to the Israelite man, he's a chewing woman. Right? Because what them basically been doing, as I mentioned earlier, you see, but even what happened during the time of slavery. You know, with the whole Willie Lynch method. So Esau been using our woman against us. Right?
This is an article from ABC News. Keys Makia,
go on.
Carbet an African American woman is praised as key scientist behind C19 vaccine.
So you saw praise Kismakia, you know, as a key scientist behind this whole vaccine. So you saw them doing anything over years, you know, going back to the time of the syphilis, you know, use what? Ernest River. No, today, you saw use who? Kismakia. The key scientist behind this vaccine. Well, guess what? This time is different, yo, because guess what? This time, you know, the prophets is here. Basically, warn of people, you know, about all what you saw, you know, about basically, you know, do unto them.
This is Isaiah 3 and verse 12.
One.
Say, as for my people, children are the oppressors and women rule over them.
Say, as for my people, who's the Lord's people? The Israelites. You know, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian are the true people called Israelites today. So she say, as for my people, children are the oppressors.
Right.
You know, our main oppressor right now. They bring out Psalms to me, brother. Take a Psalms 144 and verse 11.
Psalms
144 11.
Psalms 144 verse 11.
One.
Rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children.
Because it rid me and deliver me from the hands of strange children, which are the so-called white people. Go on.
Whose mouth speaketh vanity.
Whose mouth speaketh vanity. Go on.
And their right hand is a right hand of falsehood.
Go on. The right hand of falsehood is basically believing, you know, telling lies, you believing fraud. Right? Back to the scripture here.
As for my people, this is Isaiah 3 verse 12. As for my people, children are the oppressors.
Children are the oppressors. The so-called white man oppressing us.
And right? Women rule over them.
And women rule over them. So women rule over us now. Right? So the so-called white man using the woman of our nation, especially the so-called black woman, against us. Because he put the so-called black woman over us, yo. Right? They come with them feminist thing, yo. So that's what the scripture tells us right here. Woman rule over them. One.
We hope you are as excited as we are, and we will see
all my
you
people, they which lead thee, pass into her and destroy the way of thy path.
They which lead thee, who are lead our people right now. The so-called white man, but they want the poor right now. And they put up the woman, you know, over the man. Let's speak say, in Jeremiah. Say, bring it out. Bring out a scripture, brother. Jeremiah 31 and verse 22. You have Shabbat? Jeremiah, yeah, and 22. One.
This is Jeremiah 31 verse 22.
One.
How long will thou go about, O backsliding daughter?
One.
For the Lord had created a new thing in the earth.
For the Lord, how about Shemeshah created a new thing in the earth? Well, because going back to ancient time, you know, them things that basically take place. You see, man, they have their woman in the harder. You know, and like no, you know, when Esau, Edom tell us, oh, equal. Right?
For the Lord had created a new thing in the earth.
For the Lord had created a new thing in the earth. Go on.
A woman shall compass a man.
A woman shall compass a man, meaning a woman will go round a man. Say, I have a woman before man right now. You know, who have the best jobs right now in this society? The woman. Right? So woman basically compass man. So the scripture said this is a prophecy. You know, Heavenly Father, you know, I say what basically take place here.
Part of the curse.
Part of the curse too. Part of the curse of the nation of Israel. The woman are basically above us. Because Heavenly Father said they're harder. The man supposed to be over a woman. Right? So she say, as for the Lord's people, children are the oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cast thee to err and destroy the way of thy path. So because our rule right now, the cause for people basically err, go the wrong way. The so-called white man, you know, and the Israelite woman, started with the so-called black woman.
Just the leaders of these people
cast them to err.
They that are led of them are destroyed.
Exactly.
Back to the article from Luke News, it says 52-year-old Jamaican born nurse was the first person to get the C19 vaccine in New York as the biggest vaccination campaign in US history kick off Monday, with health workers rolling up their sleeves for a shot to protect them from the deadly C virus, man. See? It says it was a day of optimism, even as the United States death toll close in on 300,000. See? It says I feel hopeful today. Relief. Critical care nurse Sandra Lindsay said after getting a shot in the arm at yeah, at Long Island Jewish at Long Island Jewish Medical Center in New York. I feel like healing is coming. See? Hey, it's more stupid, man.
Yeah, because so-called white man look to us them safe here.
Just
So-called white man and God. So people, they trust that the so-called white man.
I feel like healing is coming, man. You should be looking for healing from the Lord Yahweh Hashem and Shai, man.
Come
Heal the nation, man.
How shall I come now with the healing now with the scripture say?
Leviticus 19 verse 27.
One.
Ye shall not round the corner of your head.
28.
Verse 28. It say, ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead.
So it's the law. The Heavenly Father give to us, yo. The Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos and Native American, Indian. People say we're not supposed to make a cut in our flesh. We're not supposed to receive the vaccine.
Incision.
Go on.
When I wrote cutting, I think.
Right.
In there, it's when I wrote incision. You know, because that pierce nothing in your body, man. You know?
Say, nor print any mark upon you. I am the Lord.
Exactly. So we're not supposed to receive the vaccine. And I put him on the tattoo. Now you take them RFID microchip. Right. Against the law. Yahweh Shmir Shai. So you have this woman now celebrate. This is what the scripture says. Right? You're supposed to do these things. But you know, hey, majority how people are going to get put to death. Right? A lot of our people are going to get put to death because they're not going to basically make it. Scripture says, all who join unto them are get one. Trust true. So all who believe in Isa Edom, you when you have about Shemaiah shall bring forth him judgment, you're going to get destroyed along with him. Right? Scripture said, though hands join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. Right?
It says Lindsay was reportedly born and raised in Jamaica before immigrating to the US in 1986 to further her career in nursing. Yes, covering, man. You go look for the scripture says, "Go to the rebellious children," and we'll look for your covering.
Isaiah 30.
Isaiah 30. Says our brother Garfield Lindsay took to Instagram to express how proud he was of his sister.
Yeah.
He feed. He says, so proud of my younger sis for stepping up and taking the C19 vaccine like a champ.
Champ. Alright.
Yes, like a champ.
You know, Washington shall bring put him jumping.
She has witnessed first and too many deaths and is leading by example by doing what's necessary to beat this virus. First in the US, I think so proud. He said, hey, this is too much that you doesn't know that yet, man.
God, and the article I mentioned about leading. See, who man is supposed to lead the nation, yo. The man was supposed to lead. No, the scripture give you give you the harder. Man supposed to be the head.
Yeah.
And a matter of fact, brother, bring out for me. Genesis 3 and verse 16. Because man supposed to basically a lead, no woman.
We are dead first.
Right?
That's why men were given the commandments, not the woman. The commandments was given to men. So,
Lord say give you strict instruction of how you're supposed to live, man. See? Your commandments, man. Statutes, how you're supposed to live. See?
So this is Genesis 3 verse 16. Say unto the woman, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception.
Go on, so it's say, and to the woman, it's a part of the curse of the Heavenly Father, put upon the woman, when Eve go off, going back to Genesis. Right? So you say, Lord, Yahweh Hashem shall greatly multiply your sorrows. Go on.
On thy conception,
Right.
the sorrows they shall bring forth children, and thy desire shall be towards thy husband,
And the woman's desire is supposed to be towards your husband. Go on.
and he shall rule over you.
And he shall rule over you. So the woman's supposed to rule over the woman. So now we're seeing Esau Edom now using the woman name against the men. Because now, according to the article I said required, she a lead. Woman is supposed to lead the men. Man supposed to lead.
Quick precept on that again.
What?
The Proverbs 31 verse 3. Give not thy strength unto woman,
Gone.
nor thy ways that destroy kings.
Gone. Exactly. Supposed to give a strength to woman.
No time.
Hey, the scripture tell you the order in Corinthians, man. And when you go into the order, it show you that Yahweh Yahweh is the head, Yahweh, alright, and then you have the men, right, and then the women. Now the reason why I said the order was given to men was because men was the head of the house, man, and men are the governing body. See? So when you give them the law and order, a woman is supposed to be a helpmeet. I mean, and our man is supposed to look for them and say wisdom and understanding how to guide her, because they're like children. You know what I mean? So the Lord pick the stronger vessel and give the harder to dish down, and that's how the levels continue on down.
By right, if you have a idea, you're supposed to come to the man, man.
But you see, Esau know that. Look, as you are going on before, she's a weaker vessel, man. And when you put the weaker vessel at top, you have chaos. You know what I mean? Because she don't have the mental capacity to really make certain decisions.
Certain judgment.
Certain judgment.
Yeah. Because your body function. You have a head, you have a two hand, you have a foot them. You can't put your hand with your head to go. Because guess what? You never created to basically work. So you have a head up here, so what the head? The man's supposed to be the head, not the woman. But you saw now switch everything, for you don't think you have a problem. Because naturally, it never basically created to basically function that way.
Right.
Right? Come on, brother. 2 Corinthians 3, 11 and verse 3.
Right. 2 Corinthians 12 verse 2. I know.
First Corinthians, my mistake. First Corinthians, my mistake. First Corinthians.
First Corinthians 11 verse 3.
One.
But I would have you know that the head of every man is Yahweh Shai.
Can't just say the head of every man is Yahweh Shai. So this is the order. So the order what Heavenly Father said. Your things supposed to go the right way, go on.
And the head of the woman is the man.
The head of the woman is the man. So man is the head of the woman, not the equality like when Esau Edom, like we believe. This is the order. The man is the head for the woman, not the other way around you. Or equality. No, we're on the same level. No. So what the scripture says, go on.
Say, and the head of Yahweh Shai is Yahweh.
And the head of Yahweh Shai is Yahweh. That's the order. Right?
Can't no woman be singing say Christ at the man, yo.
Hey, I can tell you a lot of these men too, we have a simple mentality. Them are going to make the woman lure them in taking this thing, man.
Right.
Because when a woman, when a woman start to, get soft and a man and start rubbing them the right way, and maybe your kids even dead and I say, yo, you're going to make me die, you're going to make me dead, and you have a cure or whatever it may be out there. It's going to start Because them know say, look, they know say woman are enough men weakness. And whenever a human say, you know what I mean, when they hit the palm pillow, you know that are going to be the end of the all. Because they have a mind, a strong mindset.
Yeah, what I say, he that hated not his father, mother, sister, and virgin.
And in disregard.
And I disregard them, what they want to feel, what they want to feel about whatever situation may come upon you. See? For this word, man. See? Hey, it's not fit enough to be in disciple, man. See? So guess what? To be the Lord disciple, you have to be solid as a rock, man. See? You have to be solid, man.
So with that, I say our praises and honor to Yahweh, Shemir Shaiba, Shemir Kakodash, and the blessings to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to all our brothers and more, your pushes truth in us, sincerity in all honesty. Shalom.
Shalom.